everybody, my name is Meisterbloo, and welcome back to the Chapter 2 Watanagashi of the Higurashi no Nakakoro ni Let's Play / Visual Novel Bloo Reads Thingamabobber. Let's continue! Crash!
You lack training, young man.
It's been a while, so I don't recall all the voices I gave, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. Oh no, I'm blacking out. After my consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness, when I came to, I was lying down in my own seat. Thankfully, you weren't injured. The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over.
Are you okay? Doing that all for my sake. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before.
No, you were just trying to help me. Made me happy. I'm not joking. It's just that I was thinking that it was lucky Kei-chan came here today.
As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands.
Sonozaki-san, you can take your break now. You still have 1 or 2 hours left, don't you? No, it's fine. Even though it's just part-time, it's still a paying job. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. So really, you don't have to worry about me.
She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality.
Kei-chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much dessert as you can. When you're done, we'll have you fill out a survey. Well then, I've got to get back to the floor.
No. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitresses started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her.
Excuse me. Could I borrow your phone?
The phone?
It's by the register. I'll show you there. I'll show you where.
I pulled a 10-yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact, but I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight. If I recall, 1 ticket is good for up to 4 people, right? Is it alright if I call over 3 more people?
Yes, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down on the guest list, so could I have their names?
I turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. Oh god. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is that we're the most powerful club members in history. Please add Rena Ryugu, Satoko Hojo, and Rika Furude to the guest list.
Understood. I'll do that.
I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They could bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses, prepare to meet your maker! Gotta pop when you say the P's in the prepare.
This is a nice restaurant. Oh, the uniforms are so cute. Rena wants to wear them too.
I would have no objections to that, Rena.
On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved.
Yeah, eat as much as you like. Don't worry about my share.
Keiichi-san, enough with the charades. Let's get to the point.
Rena and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satoko broached the subject. The subject broached? After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly to the table. I beg of you. I don't care if you make fun of how pathetic I am. Please, lend me your strength. The 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my unusual behavior.
What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? Didn't it?
Actually, Mion's younger sister Shion is working part-time at this restaurant.
Ah, that little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? She resembles her. Resemble? That's just Mion with her hair down, isn't it?
I didn't know what to say.
If Keiichi says that's Shion, then that's Shion.
Thank you, Rika.
They might be twins, but can they really look that much alike? They're called monozygotic twins. They really can look identical.
Rena gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced. Well then, do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. Flashback. I recounted everything that had just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and how the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it.
That's awful. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how unsightly you could be.
There's nothing I can say to that.
Satoko-chan, to admit that you lost and to seek help is a very difficult thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than to save his pride. Humph, so pathetic.
Rena's follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there were no malign intentions behind her words.
Then what should we do?
Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve.
Well, I thought it would be something like that. It is a bit much for Kei-chan to handle alone.
Huh? Then you'll help?
Of course, Keiichi-kun. We'll help anybody who's being bullied.
I remembered when I was cornered by those thugs. What Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Maibara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight! Sorry, I owe you one.
You tried your best, but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad, how sad.
Rika-chan gently patted my head for me. Aw. But there was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with the strong, dependable feeling of, leave the rest to us. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Mion can't join us due to various circumstances, so I'll temporarily be taking command. Our strategy will revolve around Shion's defense and extermination of the enemy's combat capability.
Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them?
From this point forward, anybody who messes with Shion shall be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Rika-chan?
Do we have to show mercy?
Oh my god! Yes. That's awesome.
Of course we don't have to. We have no need to show mercy to the rabble that would dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister. Then it's okay, Keiichi?
Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder somebody. I'm counting on you, Rika-chan. I, Keiichi Maibara, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them.
Alrighty. Reina's going to do her best, too.
Sorry. Please do.
Keiichi-san, you don't have to be so tense. Well, just wait and see. By the time you finish that parfait, we'll have finished cleaning up, too. Well then, everyone. Let's give it our all. Go for it. Yay.
They're gonna kill him. Yay! Thus, the most powerful war band the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader, but when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strengths to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring.
Sonozaki-san, 5 deluxe parfaits for table 7. Sure thing.
Shion carried the order to the tables. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have breathing room to pay attention to her feet.
comrades, here she comes yet again. This time we'll have her spill her everything on my pants and have her wipey right down to my underwear.
It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred in just a short time earlier. This time, another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack.
Rena, this is Keiichi.
Ambush them around the tables 5 and 6. Rena, do you copy?
The restaurant's uniform's so cute. I want to take them home.
Shion, her bottom swaying while she carried the parfaits, why am I noticing this, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena. She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed at the back of her uniform. From a normal person's point of view, it was probably like having a fox guard a hen house, but when it comes to Rena, things are different.
Cute mode, 120% synchronization. We've won.
I think that was...
When Rena's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply.
Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleaze bags.
Now, my comrades. Heil mein Führer, shining Lucifer of the Harumi Becca.
That was a horrible accent. I'm so sorry. A leg snaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, 3 of them at once. Flap, tap, tap.
Kia und hua.
It happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles.
Ah! What is this madness?
Rena teetered into view and gave them a warning.
No mischief, okay? No means no. No.
Rena's going to be the one to take her home.
This girl, what's with that strange technique?
The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out. Oh god, that's awesome.
That's our Rena-san. No matter how many times I see it, it's always frighteningly quick.
Yeah, it's an unbreakable barrier. Anyone within a 2-meter radius who attacks Shion is completely obliterated by Rena. Oh god. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing in welts on their legs or hands.
Keiichi-kun, this is Rena. There's nobody left that'll bother Shi-chan, so I'm going to take her home now.
Rena, this is Keiichi. Good work. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. Repeat, permission to take home denied.
Then I'll just look.
I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching at the arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all enemy forces. Proceeding to next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status?
This is Satoko. That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, exactly who do you think I am?
Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter. Complete, I think, with ordered cheats and their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made desserts.
Hey, what are you doing? Now, Sonozaki-san, it's all right. Just leave it to her.
More importantly, we're taking all these orders out at once, so I'm counting on you. The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once.
Lots of cute desserts are coming.
I think you know this, but don't touch them. At least if you still value your life.
I know, but...
Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of the fact were the men now stuffing their faces. This is... Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong. Satoko, what did you mix in there? It couldn't have been salt or Tabasco, right?
My, what are you saying, Keiichi-san? You said no mercy. I might not look like it, but when I get down to business, I defeat the Huns. I like to be very thorough.
As she said that, she twirled a dubious file in her fingers before putting it away smartly into her pouch. Oh god.
Rika, this is Satoko. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all yours. Leave it to me.
Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. That restless fidgeting, and that look of relief when they found a single placard, I've never been able to pronounce that, placard, hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word, restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All of the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs. I think I was a little too greedy. Where's the washroom?
Mewtwo. Not a number 1, but a number 2. I need to cash out, meow.
Where's the toilet? I found it. You're in for it now. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What is this? As I peered over to see what was happening. Whoa. It seemed that the toilet was clogged and backflowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench. There was no way to use it in this state. Damn that Satoko, what a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. It was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up.
I can't do my business like this. Ah! What do we do, meow, comrades?
It was a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there was one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that.
Meow, that it's come to this. It's time for the last resort.
Faced with the moral dilemma, that man had only one other option, women's restroom.
Isn't using the girls' restroom going to get us in trouble? I'm pretty sure there's no female customers today. Why didn't I think of that before? Women's toilets are the best.
What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation. There are female employees, you know.
Me? No!
There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. Oh god, this music is the best. Oh, Rika, you're too adorable. The men stood there, frozen in various complicated poses indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events. But the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I should never underestimate you.
This is, you see...
Mademoiselle.
Me? The men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we just want to borrow the toilet here, right? Meow. Meow? Me. But I guess it's not right after all, right, my comrades?
Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way and try to do their business. This was the most they could do after all. If it were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow right through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now, what are you going to do, you fat asses? The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid. If you're in trouble, I can help you.
That would be much appreciated. How would you do that?
You can use one of the toilets outside. I'll show you to them.
That would be perfect! Please, please! At this rate, it'll end up becoming Group Anima Parade!
Rika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face... Oh god, there's a bug on my foot. With a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with casual stride in their step. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture.
Mademoiselle, is this toilet far from here?
We'll get there soon.
Obeying Rika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant.
Keiichi-kun, finish it. Give him hell.
Yeah, leave it to me. Did Rena just tell me to give them hell? Rena, I loved you before. Now I adore you. I spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurants.
What is the meaning of this? We're at DEFCON 1 here.
Listen up, you tubs of lard. You know what happens if you even set 1 foot outside this door, right?
What is the meaning of this preposterous statement?
Look, it's written right here on the ticket. Not valid for re-entry. See?
You're free to use any toilet you want, but the moment you step outside that door, you can't come back.
Boom!
You remember this?
I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that.
Everybody panicked as Rika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off.
Thank you very much for coming.
Wink. We shall return.
Clang, clang. The bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them.
How pathetic. Too easy.
We did it! Yay!
Rena and Satoko clapped their hands together. Whew, I couldn't hold a candle to those guys by myself, but when we grouped together, we sent them packing like a herd of cattle.
With opponents this week, any of us could take them on by ourselves. Keiichi-san, you need to up your game.
I was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them. But I'm really glad we were able to protect them, Mii-chan's little sister. Now there's none of those bad people who were pulling pranks left.
You're blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sonozaki-san.
The veteran waitresses were also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats.
You did that for me? I mean...
Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Oh god, a yawn. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen. Aww.
Whoa, Shi-chan is cute. They really are twins. Ugh.
Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her. I think you know this already, but Sonozaki-san is very grateful. As a representative of the floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude. Clap, 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 clap. The applause quickly spread around the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. Oh, that's sweet. Is that the end of the chapter? Nope. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out a survey, Rika-chan made her return.
Oh, good work. Did everything go all right? You took a while. I'm sorry. I got lost on the way back. It was a lot of trouble. Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets lost pretty often.
How did she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet?
Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rika has a lot of super strong points that more than make up for that.
I can see that. That expression in the girls' room, you're quite thespian.
Keiichi was being horrible. He was thinking, if I were in their shoes, I'd just run her over and rush to the washroom.
What? Did what I was thinking show up on my face again?
Keiichi-kun was a pervert.
No, I mean...
No, it's not like that. No!
I could laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, 10 unidentified men were taken into custody in Hideyama. The men claimed they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was XX kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read the article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was. Good God.
Well, thanks for treating me. I'm happy that you called me here today. Oh, are you going home already? You can stay a little longer. I was in the middle of organizing some drawers. If I leave it like that, I won't be able to put out the futon. Ah, I guess that's true.
Oops, looks like I called her at a bad time.
Yeah, when Rena phoned her, she was in the middle of cleaning her room. But she still came.
Oh.
Well, it was an emergency, so I couldn't be helped. Besides that, I got to eat a lot of sweets, so I'm very happy.
Thanks for today. Sorry for calling you out so suddenly. Tell Shion
I said bye. I'll be taking my leave then. Rena-san, please take your time. Yeah, I will. I get to have a one-on-one dessert date with Rena? Later.
Yay! I get to have a date with Rena! Sorry. Favorite anime character, or female. Rika and Satoko, in a good mood, horsed around with each other as they left. Oh, I get to have a date with Rena-chan! It's like a dream come true. Kind of. Is that the end of the chapter? Is that the end of the chapter? Okay, I was like... While Rena and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee.
Oh, did the two little ones leave already?
Hearing them called the little ones was so strange, I inadvertently burst out laughing. Apparently they were in the middle of cleaning, so they went home. Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people. I will drink all that.
I heard from my senior. It seems that you went through a lot of trouble for my sake. It was no trouble at all. None other than Shi-chan was in a pinch after all. Oh, is it alright if I call you Shi-chan? It matches with Mi-chan, so I thought it would be cute.
Well, whatever you want. Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Rena started talking to her. Rena is pretty sharp about some things, so Shion was probably worried that Rena would find out she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon and hurried off back to the kitchen, leaving behind coffee for just the 2 of us. No! Bring back the other 2!
She was a bit upset with Rena. Maybe she thought I was being too friendly.
She's just embarrassed.
Still, they really do look the same. Instead of twins, it's like there's another Mi-chan.
They look the same, but the atmosphere around them, or rather, their insides, are completely different. Oh god, not another yawn! I think those types of twins are pretty interesting, though.
You think that, Keiji-kun? I think they're identical on the inside, too.
It somehow became silent. Rena was just staring at the pattern of the milk made on the surface of the coffee without saying a word. For somebody like me, who could never stop talking, it was rather uncomfortable. It was a rather uncomfortable moment. Rena's off-put mannerisms seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. That unpleasantness carried on for a little while. Rena, you said it today, right? That Mion was hurting?
Did I say something like that?
Don't play dumb with me. You definitely said it on the way home from school. Rena answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she had said that. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Rena wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mion. But when? Me? Hypothetically, if something like that happened, it's not something I did out of malice. I continued the conversation, but left out the assumption that I'd hurt Mion.
Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think Keiji-kun had any bad intentions.
Rena replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt Mion. But that confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I had hurt Mion, and Rena was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized it.
I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not like Rena is mad at you.
Seeing right through what I was thinking, Rena said that as she smiled even more gently than usual.
It's just that... how do I say this? It's hard.
If I made a mistake, please say so clearly. I'm so thick-headed I disgust even myself. If there's something I should apologize for, then I'd want to know even a little quicker than I can make up for it, so I can make up for it.
I don't think that Keiichi-kun made a mistake. Depending on how you look at it, Mi-chan might be the one who's being unfair. Taking the stance that the girl was the one being unfair might be unfair in itself.
What Rena said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something to inadvertently hurt Mion. I'm begging you, Rena. Mion is one of my best friends. I don't want to leave something between us that could cause problems later on. So tell me, how did I hurt her?
I can't tell you. You need to realize something like this for yourself.
Rena was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. The fact that she had the strength of will surprised me for a moment. I'm asking you because I can't figure it out, you know? My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Rena was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor.
Well then, I guess just a hint is fine. This is special, okay?
Sorry. Please, I'll think about it seriously. Rena looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, but without confidence as usual.
Shi-chan, if she ties her hair up, is impossible to tell apart from Mi-chan, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So if Mi-chan let down her hair, would she be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan?
Probably. But what does that have to do with anything?
What if that her being the younger twin was a lie? That she was just Mi-chan pretending to be your sister? What would you think?
Rena was sharper than her daily behavior belied. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer. It might be unfair to answer a question with another question. But if, like you say, Mion is just pretending to be Shion, what purpose would that serve? After maintaining the silence for a while, Rena glanced at the clock.
That's what I want you to think about. That was maybe too much of a hint.
After thanking me for the dessert, Rena stood up from her seat.
No, don't leave. Sorry, I was asked to buy a few things, so it's about time I left. Is it okay with you if I tell Shion I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye?
Yeah, I'll tell her.
Sorry.
Huh?
That Rena is so short-tempered. Sorry for getting angry. Keiichi-kun isn't the only one at fault here.
Rena was harsh in her apology, but I was the one who really should have apologized.
I think to Mi-chan, it's something that doesn't bother her anymore. So if you want to forget the whole thing happened, that's fine too. But you see, as a girl, I'd hope that Keiichi-kun realizes it by himself and comes to apologize out of his own volition.
Switching to cute mode only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. Oh. Well, that's sad. That's a sad note to leave off on.